All right, well, we're in the studio with Buzzsaw Pineapple. Say hi,
And they're
guys.
laughing at me, the jerks.
How about you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Davey Bones. I sing. I play guitar for Buzzsaw Pineapple.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm Jesse Rosen. Jesse Rosen. I play lead guitar.
And I'm Corey. I play bass.
Buzzsaw Pineapple, where did it come from?
Well, my assistant manager and I were talking about our favorite Zelda enemies, and he refers to the P-hats, those guys in Ocarina of Time where you run through the field and
Here we go.
these giant buzzsaw pineapples come flying out of the field and try to cut you to death. They're called P-hats, but he was like, I like the buzzsaw pineapple thing, so I texted Dave, and it just kind of went from there.
That's
actually a pretty cool story.
That's a great story.
And
I
we're
mean,
named after a Zelda villain, so
Yeah.
That only Jesse knows about.
All right.
Face stuffer. I stuff my face.
So, how did you guys get together? Like, when did you start?
This is for Jesse to tell you again.
I met you my junior year. I met Dave, and we were taking senior pictures because that makes a lot of sense. And I was in the bleachers, and my one friend came up to me and introduced me to Dave, and I just saw this little short, hairy, chubby man. I thought he was like 30 years old. Come up to me and say, I'm trying to start a band because I like bands like Five Finger Death Punch and metal stuff. So I'm like, okay. So then now we have like a Green Day sound. Don't know what happened there. And I knew
That's not a bad
Corey-
thing.
That's not a bad
Not
thing.
a bad thing at all.
No,
it isn't.
but
Remember,
No, it isn't.
you're on a punk show.
I do have a heavy metal side.
A heavy
but-
metal site. You have a heavy metal life.
Yeah. But and then I knew Corey from 8th grade, so he was kind of just always there. And Doug, I guess I knew him
Plays
from
drums. He's not here right now.
like
But
7th grade. I've just
Probably
known all
coming
these
later.
guys for like 4 years.
yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we were going to ask you, and you already mentioned Five Finger Death Punch. What kind of music do you like, and who are your influences?
Well, as anyone who knows me will tell you, my favorite thing on earth is Green Day.
That's, again, not a
You
bad
are
thing.
you're
You're
a
among
welcome
friends.
guest.
I'm definitely a metal guy.
Green Day holds a solid spot on my number one favorite band. Rest of my life.
Favorite band ever is Metallica.
Yes.
And
My-
Rage Against the Machine is a close second.
All right, Rage, I love.
I like
love Rage.
Pantera, so
They're good.
okay.
All right, well, our next question is, how many shows have you played, and what's your best one you think so far?
That's a funny thing.
Funny thing about that. Our first show will be this Saturday.
All right, so your first show is this Saturday.
Yeah.
Is it going to be your best show?
Oh.
Will it be
as
your
of
best
now,
show to
yes.
date?
It is going to be
It
our
will
best
be.
show today.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to follow up on this show.
We have a problem with our drummer. He's got these parents that don't let
Oh.
him play anywhere.
Don't you just hate parents?
That sounds familiar.
I think we've all been there. You have the one bandmate that's got the
Like-
parents.
Like
One
they
band
don't
that's a
even want him in
minor.
Philly.
Oh. Well, oh well.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
rough-
so where is your show on Saturday?
Hangar 84.
Hangar 84 down in Vineland. It's kind of popular down in South Jersey.
All right, that's cool.
Okay, that's cool.
So there you go.
It should be a good crowd there, like at least 100 people. So
Wow.
first time I ever played live, it was like 6 bands ago, and that's how it kind of was. I just kind of showed up with a guitar and I sang, but it was like I looked up and there was like 150 people looking at me like sing, and I was like, oh my god. It started and it kind of just went from there, and it was really nice. And then it was over and they clapped, and I was like, job well done, sir, to myself.
Our next question would be,
When did you guys start playing your instruments?
When did I start? I guess kind of when I met Corey, because I met Corey in 8th grade, and I didn't care for music at all. I was like, I listened to whatever was on Q102, and then he introduced me to Guitar Hero 2. And I was like, oh, this is the best game ever! And I went out and bought Guitar Hero 3, having no idea what songs were on there or whatever, but I was like, I'm going to learn to play real guitar. So I picked up a guitar and thought I was really good for about 6 months. And then my mom was like, that's it, I can't take you anymore, you're getting lessons. But it's really only been like 3 years, I guess.
Yeah, same with me. I mean, I picked up a guitar first, started playing that like my freshman year of high school. Played that for a couple of years, and then I got my dad gave me his old bass, and I started, I played that a little bit. I kind of knew the basics just because I knew how to play guitar, but I actually started seriously playing bass really when I joined the band.
My story is about the opposite of Corey's. I started playing bass in 7th grade because I would just kind of go to shows, and I always thought the bass was the coolest instrument. I just wanted to play that. So my mom told me she used to play, so she said if I got one, she would kind of teach me. and I got one, and she didn't teach me. So
I kind of like a half-fulfilled promise there.
yeah, I kind of just like fooled around after spending $107 on a used bass, and just after like 3 years decided I want to play guitar instead. So I just got a guitar from one of my friends who was selling his. So
And then you bought a voice.
what? Oh yeah, and then I bought a voice, started singing.
How much was the voice? Did you get it new or used?
It was on sale.
Yeah, it wasn't
Pre-owned?
Like a voice. It was probably like $10.
It was on clearance.
Yeah, it was not the best voice.
It was
I could've
probably like what a blue light special.
Okay, so what would you say your writing influences are?
Oh, I guess that's me.
We all have different ones.
Well, pretty much my writing process is like something will boil in my brain for a while, and it'll usually something that like bugs me or bothers me. And after like weeks or months of just having this problem and thinking about it every day, it eventually just forms itself into words and lyrics, and I write it down and I turn it into a song, and it's kind of how I express what's on my mind. And then after that, that problem kind of goes away. It's kind of like I learned to live with it, and that's kind of how I write my songs, usually.
I have a notebook in my room, and a lot of times I'll just be kind of, just chilling in my room at night when I'm getting ready to go to
Sitting in my
bed.
bed.
And an idea will just pop into my head, write it down, and a couple days later I'll think about it again and just kind of add stuff to it. It's weird.
Then
It's
I got
not
a
it's
#1
not a very
record.
orthodox way of doing things, but
But it works.
works.
It's functional, and that's
Where
all.
I
that
got a
matters.
#1 record.
I rap. Next question.
You rap.
All right, yeah.
so
So
why don't you lay down a freestyle for
Yo,
us
write
there?
it down freestyle right now.
Next question.
All right, so why don't you guys tell us about your first song?
A song's called Best Years of My Life. I wrote that song kind of on a whim, actually. This is kind of contrary to my normal songwriting process, but it was like the last week of high school, and I realized that like those 4 years that kind of had like the most influence on me growing up as a person, going from like a child to a man. I realized that whole part of my life was over, and it really hit me. And Corey saw I honestly cried the day it really hit me. It was like the day before school ended, and Corey was like, "You're a little girl." And
Yeah, I laughed at him.
so like that night, I went home and I just kind of like wrote down this whole thing, and I turned it into a song. The first person I showed it to was my sister, and I left it in her car, so I had to write it again. But
Forgot you had a sister.
yeah, I do have one of those.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Oh, cool.
But,
That shows how well I've known you for 3 years.
yeah, right.
but yeah, I wrote that song, Best Years of My Life, just about that, exactly what it is. I feel like high school, everyone says that's supposed to be the best years of your life, and I realized that like I kind of wasted it because all the crap that went on, everything bad that ever happened, it just kind of like, I don't know.
I remember.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I
'cause, yeah,
wrote.
Go ahead.
I did the riff, and I had that for a while. And I was over your house, and I started playing that, and I was like sitting on your floor, and I don't know, you were just standing there, you're like, just keep going. So I played that thing like for 12 times, and then you just started singing it. It was kind of literally like we didn't plan it out. It was just like you had the words, I had the guitar, it just happened to fit, and before you know it, Doug was on drums, and
It was like
Corey
it was
on
meant
bass.
to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the band yet when you guys wrote that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was in like our last band.
But the when we did the recording on the CD, there's like, it was weird. We got like off timing in the beginning, just so whoever listens to it knows.
yeah.
The
And,
recording could have been better, but you get the idea.
We got
when
like
you
our
hear these.
was-
our buddy down the street to do it on GarageBand.
It was
Yeah.
kind of rushed, so it's
Yeah.
nothing special, but you just get a good idea
I
of
publicly-
the sound.
who we
I
are.
publicly take blame for it being rushed.
The Best Years of My Life by Buzzsaw Pineapple.